on the last video. Fuck, and so it continues.
Sorry, still have the buttons switched. Should really just not do that. Yeah, this is it. Oh, this is my mansion? Oh my. A small key. My shillings. A box of ammo. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That's a reference to Annie, by the way. There was a small child in the movie. Mom? Hey. Guess we're on cool grounds. Is this my study? Is it your study? Dad's? Whose study is this? And is it okay if I'm here? No, technically it's still my home. This is big. Sure. Aubrey Reed's first letter. Reed Mansion, 4th of April, 1908. My dear and beloved John, when you receive this letter, you will be 35 and I'll be long gone. I feel a little silly writing you this first letter that you won't read for a few years. I struggled for a long time about how best to write you this, until I remembered the puzzle and riddles I invented for you when you were a boy. Oh, how you loved to solve those enigmas. Well, I found it would be a good idea to propose you one final game. It will probably be less rewarding. No candies or exotic treasures for you if you decipher the game this time, but a greater treasure, perhaps. The truth. This is my only attempt for you to explain why I chose to leave my family without an explanation. If you want to know why.
Oh, my dear daughter, how are you tonight? How is your sweet boy?
Okay. If you want to know why, simply play my little game. It's really up to you, my son. Rest assured that I love you. I promised my family was and still is everything to me. I remember the first time I held you and your sister in my arms. My treasures, my jewels. To see you grow up, play and laugh filled my heart with joy every time I went back to our home. I could have killed to protect you, my son, my daughter, my wife. But fate found me in the end. I had to make a tough decision. The worst was to disappear without a word. I decided to do it anyway, and soon I'll be gone for good. I don't ask for forgiveness, but for understanding. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember how happy we were back in those days. If you want to find the next message, think green grass and tall trees on sunny Sundays. From your affectionate father, Aubrey Reed.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Dad called himself Aubrey Reed to his son? Interesting. Sounds like a pretty cool guy. Is he by chance a philosopher's stone? Maybe. Not sure yet. Would be pretty cool. We'll have to figure that out as we go along. Mom? Do you know Dad's secret? Could you help me out? Instead of me doing it, you do it. Hey, are you the butler?
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
I mean, do you not see my fucking face? I've been through some shit.
Goodbye, Avery.
Oh.
Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan, but please return as soon as possible.
That's awkward. Sorry. Return.
Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
See, the thing is, I pressed the button and I switched the buttons and I pressed the wrong... I'm sorry. How's Mom?
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Well, she did.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Do not get a broken leg right now. Avery's the only one who is looking after her. Okay. I'm not going to eat you, by the way. I know you're thinking I'm going to try. I'm not going to do it. It's okay.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
London is my city.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Damn, you're loyal as hell, dude. Avery's been paid to take care of the Reed's family until his last breath. Dad must have been real rich.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
I've been a vampire. My dad did do this letter.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Hey, Avery, you want to see something cool I can do now?
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I lived.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
Alright, I'll go make some messes, I guess. Every wish the young Master Jonathan would take more care of his mother. I mean, I'd be down, sure. Moms need some help, I get it. You serve this family excellently. I'll understand if you leave. You're great.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Of course, dude.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan, but you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
You know what? Avery's got a point. As I sip my water, I look him in the eyes and I think, Avery is a good man. And good men need to be treated right. Avery, you get a raise.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
I don't control how much you get paid though, so go ask Dad. Pretty sure he's dead now, but you have my blessing to get a raise from him, if that means anything. It really doesn't. Not in the slightest bit. But damn, does it feel good to say that to somebody. You get a raise, and you get a raise. I mean, that must be why Oprah does it so much. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan, is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
You're in great health, Mom. Oh, man. Eating your own mom? That'd be fucking weird. Mom, you okay?
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
Well?
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood. You always were a secretive little boy.
I like Mom. She seems really motherly.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Oh. Okay.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Yep, just a dream, nothing vampiric happened, it's all good.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Oh. I mean, I guess you're honest.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
I love how Mom is totally cool with me being a fucking vampire. Like, she doesn't know I'm a vampire. She just knows I'm like, I died and I'm alive now. So that's cool. It's like, she's totally cool with it. Mom, you're great.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
Aw, man.
I wish I could stay here and take care of you, but I don't belong here anymore. My new home is an empty room, as cold as night and as red as blood.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
No, the echoing is me commanding you to tell me stuff. But you can think of it like that if you want.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
Well.
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
So, then, are you just, like, gone off the deep end, or are you hiding this in the sense of it's a going off the deep end thing for us to believe it's just going the deep end? But is Dad really, like, a vampire some? Or, what if Dad was the one who bit me? Oh my god.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you. Trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you. As pale as my Mary.
I need to be using makeup.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles, as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
Alright, confession time. I've been a little baby crazy. I guess it's just something that happens when you get older to some people. So, I'm having this thought of like, man, that'd be real cool to do that with my kid, you know? Give him little, like, mystery things like that to do. But then I also thought to myself, damn, he could just, or she, whichever, could just look it up online and get the answer that way. Darn. Maybe if I do it before they know what the internet even is. Perfect.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Yeah, he didn't know nothing. Well, also, I just noticed about your family, it's your mom, dude.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Absolutely, Mom. I'm gonna go make weapons.
Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses. I feel like reading.
Sure. Where are those at? Are they in here? I've already brought them, Mother. You simply misplaced them. Look around you. Let's just see if she thinks that is the case. I mean, it would save me a lot of trouble because I don't know where those glasses are. Anyway, about weapons. Oh shit, I haven't leveled up my trudgeon in a while. Oh my god. It's not a trudgeon, it's a truncheon. But still, that's nice. 3 stun points added on top of that? Yeah, let's go for that. I mean, the stamina reduction is nice, but 3 stun points on top of the one I already have? Yeah, I'm in. You got me. That's what I want in life. And I appreciate you giving me that option. Okay, well, home is where the mom is, I guess. Or unless mom's not cool, in which case home is where you're comfortable. Yeah, that's a good saying. Home is where you're comfortable. Let's go with that. That's the safest, most universally acceptable statement. Unless you're most comfortable at a place where it's not really your home and you're not actually welcome there, in which case you're probably some kind of stalker. Don't stalk. I'm gonna, oh my, yep, oh yeah. The 3 stun point addition to that, definitely worth everything in the world. Sorry, you're too slow. Okay, I just said you were too slow. You can't then show me otherwise. Now if I just hit you with this. Okay, that did insane damage. What? What? Okay, dude, what? That was like everything. What the hell, dude? Are you sure you are at the right area? Like, you sure you're not like a high level roaming around Elwyn Forest being a dick? Because that's what it feels like right now with everybody. But I mean, then again, I do have 6,400 experience and I haven't slept when I really should sleep. Whatever. Wait, are these normal NPCs?
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Where? That's a clothing shop. Is it there? I guess so. Hey, can you tell me anything about love? Yeah, that'll do.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Interesting. Huh. Well, your mom's cool.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Man, just a random question. It must be really freaking weird for her to look almost the same age as her mom. Are you part vampire? How does that work?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
It seems like you're trying to hook me up with your mom.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, May I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
You're so right.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Okay, well, I just answered my question. She is not blood-related, adopted. Makes sense. Okay, never mind.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Did you ever ask your mom to make you a vampire? Oh man, that would be interesting.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Interesting.
What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Yes.
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
What? London, come on. Women's suffrage. That's a thing for voting with women, I believe, if my memory serves. I am not the most educated of men, but I feel like I am smart now, because I use the word suffrage. Holy shit, it just says right there. Alright, never mind, I need to read more.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
See, alright, here's just my thing. I don't know if this is related to anything. I keep going on tangents, my apologies. But, so, for back in the day, people used to, I mean, people still do, of course, but people love their mom, you know? They always want to help protect their mom. They love their mom's cooking, you know? That kind of typical cliche mom relation with their children. So, why was so much sexism a thing if we all loved our moms so much? That part never I never understood that. Like, why?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Shouldn't have told a friend about this shit.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Nah, you're good.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
I'm gonna be your stepdad, you're gonna be my daughter.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Oh god, you're right. That's kind of crazy, actually. Huh. Well, actually, it makes sense you also have a level 5 mesmerize thing because she told you about the vampire tricks. You're an interesting character. I like you.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Possibly. Wink. Alright, Ascalon Club. It's kind of scary being out here, so... Oh, not yet. There's a grump. Hey, Grump.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
This is gonna sound really weird, but just like, your face is handsome. That's weird, right? Oh, you got a migraine? Hold on, pal.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
Oh, shush and take it.
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Nothing weird, man. I just want to help you with your migraine. Tell me about stuff.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you, perchance, a vampire hunter?
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Fuck.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. The epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
No, it's fine. I just don't know how you don't think I'm fucking sus right now. It's a little curious. I'm curious.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely the same.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Aw, man. Venus, come on. I'm sorry, pal. I could kill you. If that would make you feel better, I guess. Well, I guess that's all we have to talk about, old friend. This is just like a real old friend, you know? Like, you used to have an old friend way back in the day you two did everything together, you know? All the time. You drift apart. You then meet up randomly because you see them again one time and you're just like, hey, yo, it's such a long time, what's up? But then after about 10 minutes, you got nothing to say, and then it's just you realize that you aren't friends anymore. Shit.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Women die too in this war.
You're so freaking right. I'm sorry, ma'am. I agree with you so much, but I've been holding off on going into this building for way too long now.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Oh my. You're, not a very good butler. I don't know if you know this, but, you should be fired.
There has been quite a battle here.
Yeah. Is this recent, or are you just lazy?
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Probably. Can we shoot the shit a little bit?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
No? Okay. Well, yeah, you do it too, man. Excuse me, everyone. Hold on. This looks like a fancy little office. Oh my god, I want to live here. You got a suit of armor too? And a clipping texture on the table? Oh man. That's pretty cool. And a picture and a thing. History and purpose of the Ascalon Club. The Ascalon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming for the protection of the Crown's interests. I founded it in 1837 to honor and perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and flawless moral fiber. Since the club accepts mortal members, who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality, the goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions and behaviors amongst the good vampire society, but also to promote and expand the imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite of British society. We are Ascalon, the holy lands held by St. George's, protector of England when the saints slew the dragon. As lance bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the Empire's interests. From The Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. I didn't say it weird that time. Progress. I did it. Anyway, Lord Redgrave, I'm gonna go left. Left is usually the way. Was it right this time? Maybe. A good dagger. You've acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equip it now to directly absorb blood? Oh my god. No way. No. Don't you lie to me. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Oh my god, look at that thing. 10. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want it so bad. I got this fucking truncheon though. It's such a good stun mechanic. But that dagger, but if I got two choices. Either get rid of the truncheon or the epic shotgun. I rarely ever use the shotgun though. And it's a dagger. I love daggers. Daggers are so cool. I think about daggers all the time. I'm putting the dagger on. I don't care. Fuck it, man. This is probably a bad idea, but it's too cool. It's just too cool to pass up. Apparently left was the wrong way. Left is never the wrong way, the game is just wrong. I got 5 shillings. You'd think a rich place like this would have 50. But apparently not. They're slacking on the shills. Guessing he's in there. I'll go in there in a second, Lord Redgrave. Or there? Okay, I'm gonna go there now, Lord Redgrave. Yes, we're safe in here. No prying eyes. All of your loose objects are mine. This is exactly why people don't want you to have loose objects on a roller coaster. This exact reason. They'll just go away. Key of the Ascalon Club's basement. Okay. Wait a second, what if I go there now? If I go there now before they know any better, then they'll never know any better. That's not how that term works. What? Going the right way? No, I apparently have left. My bad. That was not the basement door. And that's okay. Didn't have to be. Butler, where is your basement? Don't ask why. If you do, I'm telling everyone. I don't see a basement. This was a red herring. There is none. I was definitely fibbed on. Or it was this. No, that's also exiting the house. Wait. Game theory. The basement entrance is outside. Or it was this. It was just this. Alright. Whatever. Checking here with vampire senses. We're not gonna die. Okay. Hey, basement. Got any, stuff? You got a piece of paper. Ooh. Of the recreational use of blood. As Ascalon members, we always tend to respect etiquette. We are, and always, members of the good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in orgies and bloodbath, like our adversaries assert we do. Though, I mean, just saying, the first part probably wouldn't be so bad. And if one of us were caught in such caricatured, that's a word, I know that word, caricatured an immoral act, he would receive the appropriate opprobrium. Opprobrium. Alexa, what is opprobrium?
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now. Please try a little later.
Thank you. But what about the blood? What about its recreational use? How could we deny the ecstasy the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And with what else could we toast with, as any good fraternity should? To answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follows. As long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our walls, each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants, for his own usage or to share it with friends. Drink what you want, deal the way you want with the original vessel, but never inside the club, unless I personally authorize it on some special occasion, of course. From The Laws of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. Wow. You know, I think that's all of the Laws of Ascalon. Cool. I have been taught a lot. Was that all that was down here? A note? I feel like I'm missing something. I'm coming down here in the future, I think. Maybe. Because there's just too much of a possibility for cool stuff to not have any cool stuff in there. In fact, I was a little upset that I didn't find another dagger or something, because that would be awesome. I've been over this statement a few times in my brain. A dagger and a vampire go hand in hand and are really cool. Hey.
Good evening.
What up?
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
I'm in.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Here's the thing. It's kind of awkward. If I say she is, then if it turns out really bad, he could use that as a thing to make it so he could kill her as or use her as a hostage, as a problem for me to deal with. But it's also probably completely nothing, so I could just be overthinking things. I'm just gonna say I admire her.
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Interesting.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Okay, what are the benefits?
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I like to believe that this isn't just an artistic view of the side of Jonathan Reed's face, but they just didn't want to animate the lip syncing of our friend Lord Redgrave talking.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
I use shadow magic. I should probably consider not. It hasn't been doing a lot of good lately.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
Poor guy.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Alright, see, also, random question. Can I still also get side married to the Skull Queen lady if I join you? Like, Elizabeth's great. Main wife. Second wife, Skull Queen. Can I do that, or will you be against that? I don't think I can ask. I consent.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Sick. It's gonna be like a fraternity initiation. I got a streak.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Yeah, one of you! One of you! Did I taste good? I probably did. It probably was delicious. Can I have a lick too?
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign Ekons. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
Yes!
I was chased by
Always
a
go to the old
gigantic
guy in the
Falcon
room.
2 nights ago.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
You know.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
That is called being a human, sadly.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Shame you missed the whole immortality thing, and if you get it right now anyway, you're just gonna be an old man while you're immortal the whole time? That sucks. You just missed the whole boat.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Oh.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Well, yeah, this one's fucking vampires.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
You think his hair looks cool at least?
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in, to cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Huh.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
He's got a point, honestly.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Yeah, with our brains.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall.
Oh, no.
A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Oh, no.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
They must have spent years preparing.
Of course, Mr. Dawson. Hello, other gentlemen. No? Okay, you all are in, talk. Gotcha. Well, okay. Let's, look at you in the eyes.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Thank you.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Yeah, he was pretty bad at that.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Oh. I could see them doing that if he was hairy, yeah.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
I feel like I've asked him that like 3 times now.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
I don't know what carte blanche means. What? Ooh. New citizens available to kill. And I got almost 8,000 experience. Fucking hell. Well, thanks, new, boss. I'll catch you around. Your basement's empty. Put stuff in there. Well, I gotta say, all things considered, that was a pretty successful day. Night. I'm a member of a frat.